Hi guys, I'm at Barry Island train station, just heading off to catch the train to Cardiff so Jenny can meet me, and then we're heading off to Yarndale. So Barry Island is quite a small little train station, but it's rather sweet, so I thought I would give you a quick show round. It's a bit windy, so I hope you can hear okay. I'll see if I can flip the camera around now and show you. So there's the pathway over the top, and it's a rather sweet old Victorian style. It's right opposite the funfair. You can see they're taking down the big wheel for the end of summer. If I can get the angle right so you can actually see. They've got the old sort of wrought iron ticket booths. And this rather beautiful veranda with the wooden shuttering all the way around it. And you can see the water flume there, and we're right on the main strip. We have a little cafe here and a miniature railway station. So yeah, this is Barry Island train station. I've got about 5 minutes till my train comes. Oh, you can see my luggage by there. It's a beautiful day. I think it's going to be about 18 degrees. And at some point, my train will be arriving. Right, here we are. Here's Jenny. Say hello!
Hello!
And we are driving up the motorway.
Well, nearly on the motorway.
Nearly on the motorway. I've moved you out of shot now in case you weren't too keen on being on camera.
Nobody needs to watch me driving.
No, there's limits. So we've only been going about half an hour. Still chatting, haven't got the knitting out yet. And I don't propose to show you a lot of shots of motorway driving because it's not terribly exciting, but I'll show you a bit. I don't know, can you move these cameras around without stopping and starting again?
Sometimes. I don't know.
I'm going to press this button and see what happens. Oh no, I just took a picture. Maybe I won't show you any motorway at all. I'm going to just turn the camera around because that's how IT savvy I am. There you are, look. So we can do a compare and contrast when we get a little bit further north. And back you come. Back to me. So as designated driver, Jenny, I don't even know where the camera is it there? Yeah. Jenny's planned the route out and I need to check at intervals that there's been no crashes. And she has identified a service station. So we're not having a lay-by picnic, we've gone up a level to a service station. So we can have a wee if we like. It's going to be fancy.
Yeah, no bushes this time.
No, I haven't got a wee in any bushes. To be fair, I've never weed in a bush. Tell the listeners I've never weed in a bush.
Well, not while she's been
Oh,
with me.
stop. We've all been there. Anyway, so yeah, that is the Monmouthshire countryside, and we will check in later when we have our sandwiches. So we've stopped in the services for our lunch. It's a banana from All About Yarn. And it's not as posh as Gloucester.
No,
Where
it's very disappointing.
Where even are we?
Strensham.
Strensham services. 6 out of 10.
Oh, well, the toilets were reasonably clean, so I suppose so,
The
but
toilets were reasonably clean.
it was packed.
However, should I ever stand for election,
Yes.
I will be doing so on the basis of reintroducing roller towels to motorway service station bathrooms. There's just lines of women standing with their hands like this, waiting to use the dryers.
It's
It's a problem. There's serious
It's
issues that no one's addressing.
It's a novel issue to stand for election on.
And in case you were wondering what it's like being one of the UK's leading indie dyers,
Let's go find one tomorrow night.
having packed an outstanding service station picnic, she is now frantically doing shop updates to keep all of her customers happy. So this is what it's like. Plate spinning as Owl About Yarn.
Yep.
And
Each service station there'll be a new Instagram update.
Yeah, you can track our progress from the location. Yeah, we decided against showing you the inside of the service station.
Very dull.
It was very dull.
Unless you like the coin machine things, the slot machines.
Why do they have those?
Loads.
Like arcades with coin machines in.
Yeah, and there were 2 separate areas. It wasn't just one little
And no
area.
one was in them.
No. I don't think I've ever seen anybody in one.
No, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
And the car park isn't very nice. I did see an Alsatian, but he's gone now. And the car next to us is full of 20-year-olds. They've obviously borrowed their father's 4x4 and they're playing banging house music, so we're just eating our bananas and judging.
Quietly, giving them the side eye.
Yeah. They don't understand that there are serious yarn professionals planning their weekend trip away.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to finish our bananas and then truck on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far's the next service station? 20 miles? Might make it that far before I need a cup of tea.
We might not have enough bananas to make it.
Well, we've got 4 more, and then we've got 6 apples, so...
I packed 3 bananas as well.
So we're all right for potassium.
This is a minimum 12 banana weekend.
Yeah, we'll stock up on Sunday before we drive home.
Yeah. Hashtag emergency banana. Right, check in later. We have been crawling through horrendous traffic for bleeding ages.
It better be worth it.
Yarndale, seriously, better be amazing. And Jenny is doing sterling work as the only driver. Look at those hands, steady as a rock.
They need tea.
They do need tea. We were hanging out for the next services and it was only going to be 13 miles, but when you're only doing 4 miles an hour, that's quite a long way away. I think there's been an accident. On the plus side, if this silly Ford Focus moves out of the way, I can show you a bit of the pretty countryside. Can you see? Where are we? I don't even know where we're to. We're on the M1.
We're in Nottinghamshire.
In Nottinghamshire. And it looks rather nice. And I like to imagine that for some unexplainable reason, Tracy of Thimble and Thread Make is thinking about me. Hi Tracy. So after an epic drive of, I don't know, 6-7 hours, all done by the marvellous Jenny, we have finally arrived at our fabulous Airbnb. So we're on the bus on the park and ride, and I've just missed the nice old church by there. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see, but this is Skipton Town Centre. So we've arrived in the car park and you can see it's a bit like Wonderful in that we're in pens. So this line is for all the organised people that bought their tickets in advance, and that line over there, the smaller one that's moving faster, is for people that are buying their tickets with cash, which makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, so your car unloading if you're organised and your dairy unloading if you're not. And we've got a legion of portaloos. If I pan you round and down quite a bit, there's Jenny. And you can see how beautiful it is. Can I zoom? Look. I don't know how much of actual Yorkshire I'll be able to film because every time we're in the car and I could film something, we're frantically following GPS. So, but look, that's lovely. And I've made a fundamentally rookie mistake of not bringing my waterproof. I'm wearing a summer cardigan in cotton. I don't quite know what's the matter with me.
In September in Yorkshire.
Well, I took the view that if it's not Wales, it must be warmer and drier than Wales, and I can see that was
I think you need to talk to some Yorkshire people.
I think that was a flawed error. Anyway, so Jenny and I have started playing Knitwear Bingo, but neither of us have spotted anything that we can identify yet. So the game is on.
I spotted my yarn. Got badges.
Got badges.
Yeah. Oh, how's it?
Maybe. Ooh, I need to buy a bag. Look at all the bunting and the hearts. You get a food hygiene rating of 5 if you're selling tea and coffee out of a sheep pen. I think I'm just going to wander and film for a bit. Shall I come back and find you in a minute? Oh, did you want to go there? Is that one of your stars? Is it? I didn't know that. I'll be back. We're in Wessex Woolcraft, which has tons of lovely stuff. Hiya. And Jenny needs interesting little bits to put in some bats. What are you looking for, Jen?
I'm just looking at the moment.
Just
I already
looking.
have silk and sparkles. So
True. So what sort of
mainly
bits?
Looking at the coloured merino.
What sort of bits can you put in? What's
Well,
this?
these are the sparkly bits. So you'd pull out a few strands up here and have it running through a bat. And then these are dyed locks, so that would give a bit of texture probably to a bat.
Oh, nice.
I can't see any silk at the moment, but usually there's silk that you can put through. Makes it a bit
Oh,
luxurious.
look at the colours. Morning. There's rainbow. Oh my goodness. Look at the colours. What's your best-selling colour?
Purple.
Purple. I'm not surprised.
That purple.
Oh no, I've had some of that.
Yes.
That was in. I had some of this, and I passed it on to you and Ellie when I
Yes, I think Ellie had
passed
that
on
one.
my. Did she have that one?
Yeah. Grabby hands, Ellie. Grabby hands.
Grabby hands. Oh, there's some teal with sparkles.
Green with sparkles.
Green with sparkles. Ginger with sparkles.
Well, that would be yours.
That would be mine. Although this teal with sparkles
Oh, I've got some like that.
is also pretty gorgeous.
I bought it at Wonderwall.
Glitzy mallard, that is. That is
We like
lush. So Jenny is starting off with solids, and look, you can just pull off a chunk, and then I'm in charge of holding the bag. Look, so we've got blues and purples so far, and I'm hoping that as she moves further along there'll be some more of that sparkly teal colour. So this seems to be the new trend. Massive balls of combed top and massive knitting needles. Look, that is actually for spinning.
100% merino.
100% merino. £30 for a kilo. And then you can knit it up into hats. Of course, the stupid thing is it's going to pill in 2 minutes flat and look absolutely terrible. And then you can do arm knitting. And just at the back there, that blue blob, that's a poof. And yeah, about 25 seconds after you've finished, it will look like the cat's had it. So I think if I hold it high enough, there's Jenny, you can see quite how enormous. You see how far back it goes. It's absolutely huge. One thing I did want to show you, well really this is for Melissa, who has currently found Hayfield bonus Aran. But look, you can get a yarn bowl big enough for an entire ball of Hayfield bonus Aran.
Melissa needs that.
I've just said that's for Melissa. But they've got some lovely ceramic yarn bowls. Where are we? And great big buttons. There you are. Buttons by Margaret L. Glackin. Well, we survived day one of Yarndale. It was fabulous, but it was crazy busy. It's 6:20 and we're back at the bed and breakfast now. And I've tied my hair back and taken my lipstick off and had a cup of tea. And my feet are absolutely killing me. I wasn't expecting it to be as busy as it was in my head, because it was like in the animal barns, like Wonderwall in Builth Wells. I didn't think it would be that crazy, but it was absolutely jam-packed. Bumped into loads and loads of people, took lots of pictures. There was lovely Leslie of Duckpool Lane. Hey Leslie. She came to the Ravelry meetup that we were doing at 3 p.m. And there was Ivory Tinkler, and there was Bibliophile, and there was Ceridwen, and all sorts. So that was fun. And I saw Deb of Down Sheepy Lane. Saw the Yarn Ambassador. I saw, who else did I see?
Luli.
Lovely Luli. Hey Luli. That was nice. She was trying to cheer me up about my terrible sewing adventures. Not sure if it's worked yet. I'll have to go back and have another look at my patchwork squares. But it was lovely to meet her, and all sorts of stall holders that we knew. So we did the rounds and said hello. Made some purchases. I'll save those till I'm doing my next podcast and I have some decent lighting, because everything's very yellow. So yeah, and we forgot our sandwiches. You know, we were trying to do everything on a budget so we had more yarn money. Well, we completely forgot to make our sandwiches and take them with us. So we had that nice minestrone soup. Yeah, so it was good. It was good fun. picked up some bits and pieces for me and some for other people. And we're pretty knackered, to be honest. It was a long day yesterday and Jenny didn't sleep terribly well and has been doing all the driving, so she's a bit pooped. And I've actually got a sore throat. I saw so many people and did so much chatting. I've got a slightly sore throat. So I think all we're going to do is eat our dinner. I've got that beef stew and dumplings that I brought up with us, so I'm going to microwave that and we're going to eat that in our pyjamas, and we're probably not even going to speak to each other for the rest of the evening. Just enough peopling, I think. And then we're back in the morning. I was hoping to take some nice pictures of you or some video footage of the countryside around here because it is stunning, but we were using my phone for the sat nav. So I didn't dare navigate away from the road map in case I got us completely lost and we drove off a cliff. So I'll see if I can catch some more tomorrow on the way back. But it really is gorgeous around here, and it was quite nice weather as well, so it would have been nice. But I'll try again in the morning. So we'll go back to Yarndale for a couple of hours. I think we'll head off after lunch because it's going to be quite a drive home. And tomorrow, the day after that will be Monday, so we need to be back and in the game. So that's about it. I'll check in tomorrow. So it's the morning of day 2 of Yarndale on the Sunday, and we are breakfasted and packed up. Jenny has made an exhaustive annotated version of the show guide for a military style strike on the remaining stands she wants to visit.
There's a key and everything. Code.
There is a key. There's Jenny.
Hello.
I think we've got stars for must visit and question marks for would like to.
No. Question marks are might. Stars are I'd quite like to. And circles around the ones that I must visit.
Ah, right, okay.
Get it right, Carter.
Anyway, we're now familiar enough with the route to not have to use my phone with Google Maps.
Hey.
So I thought I would try and film a little bit of the beautiful Yorkshire countryside. See, if we were in my car, I'd be 4 foot higher up and you could see over these brick walls.
Don't knock little roller skate.
But we're in Jenny's dad's little VW Polo, which is very kind of him to lend us. And look, we go past a reservoir, and there's Jenny again. Jenny with a reservoir.
Cyclist.
There's a lot of road cyclists around. It must be hard work being a road cyclist in Yorkshire. Nearly as hard as it is being one in Wales, I would have thought.
The muscles on his calves. He's
yeah,
some hills.
Good calf definition. Nicely done, sir. So yeah, the leaves are just starting to turn as well, so it's a particularly beautiful time in the UK. And I wish we had some more time. There are so many little footpath signs, and I would love to go for a walk. But unfortunately, we have to go and buy wool.
Oh,
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it.
It's a hard life.
It is. I must admit, I've never been to Yorkshire apart from this. My husband is sort of from the north. He's not really from anywhere, but he was born in Singapore. He wasn't even born up here. Anyway, he's got very fond memories of the Yorkshire moors and all that sort of thing. So it would be nice if we could come up and he could show me some of the sights. Look at that. God, you're probably all feeling really motion sick from my terrible filming. But yeah. And Jenny and I have decided that our sheep identification skills are sadly lacking. I think we could both identify a blue-faced Leicester and a Herdwick, but apart from that, they're all just sheep. So we need some sort of mobile phone app, we've decided, where you can play sheep identification bingo.
I think that's how Zoe can make her fortune.
Do you think that's...
this app? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. For knitters on the move.
I will be setting up a Kickstarter. Check the down bar below.
Yeah, because then there can be car bingo when we're driving through all the rural areas to the shows. See how many you can click on the app.
Speaking of bingo, who won yesterday's knitwear bingo?
Me.
See, I I think you were a rotten cheat. Jenny reckons she got 10 extra points because she saw Hannah, who was wearing a shawl that she could name the pattern and the designer, and it was in Owl About Yarn Yarn.
I think that's totally justified.
I think that's outrageous,
See my yarn in the
outrageous chicanery of the worst sort.
No. See my yarn in the wild, that's definitely worth 10 points. Somebody back me up, please.
Well, I'm just very grateful that the Tin Can Knits Lush cardigan is so popular, because that's very easy to spot.
I've remembered its name now though, so I'll get some of them today.
Oh, I'm not going to win this one. Not a prayer. Look, see? Sheep. Nondescript, slightly damp sheep.
There's some not sheep in the notes field.
Oh, there are some not sheep. We decided they were probably cows. Yeah, that's a not sheep. God, don't you just want to put your boots on and hike up there? I do.
If the clouds weren't looking so threatening, I might be a bit more tempted.
I think we've been pretty lucky with the weather. It hasn't rained.
Well, it was spitting when we left Yarndale yesterday, but because we managed to get that bus all the way back to the car park, we didn't have to get soggy.
Very true.
And then, of course, we completely abdicated the responsibility for having an evening walk by getting into our pyjamas as soon as we got to the B&B.
Oh my god, we were in our pyjamas by about 7 PM. It's insane. Right, okay, I'm going to stop making you all feel sick now. This is actually the sheep mark bit now. We are super early. We are so early.
Really early.
Like nearly an hour early.
Keen.
But our lovely bed and breakfast people had to go to Devon, so we had to get up and out. Down the corner. We managed to actually park in the Yarndale car park today because we were so keen and early. So we're around the other side of the buildings, and they have these wonderful crochet mandalas. Look at those. They're huge. It's hard to get any sense of scale. And they've done some yarn bombing of the trees. And look, they've decorated the bollards. Look, there's Shaun the sheep over there. And look at this. It's like the knitted sea. Another gorgeous day. We've been so lucky with the weather. And there's the nice building. Oh, I'm not sure what this is. Little mushroom house, I think. Yeah. And then like a big garden installation over here. It's enormous. It's like the size of 4 picnic blankets. Look, there's little hedgehogs. And they've made them out of fun fur. And a snail. And they've made these little flowers all the way around the outside edges. And there's some quilting right in the middle, those flowers in the centre. So yeah. That's a lovely welcome.
You keep playing when you shouldn't have been playing. You keep thinking that you'll never get through. I just found me ran across the matches. Boy, you know, you ain't got time to live. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
So, we finished.
It's over for this year.
We're done. We've spent all of our money. Our feet are throbbing. We're absolutely shattered. So now it's time to drive home.
Tea first, I think.
Tea. Yeah, we've got the big blue flask in the back of the car.
A magic big blue flask that never ever goes cold.
There are certain yarn show essentials.
Yeah, and the big blue flask is definitely one of them.
Whether you're working them or just here as a guest, you've got to have a big blue flask. So yeah, we're going to head back to the car now. And there seem to be quite a few knitters that I think have finally shot their bolts.
Sitting on the floor,
Look,
just looking generally exhausted.
just groaning, having had horrendous yarn fume overdose.
I've been very restrained though.
You have been very restrained.
Very restrained.
It's very difficult to get us both in the shot. I'm going to
I
have
know.
to.
I need to grow
Yeah,
considerably.
I've said you need to wear heels. Or I must always stand in a trench, one or the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, it's been good. Will we come back as guests again, or would we only come back if we get a stand? 'Cause it's a hell of a
awfully
way.
long way.
It's
Yeah.
a hell of a way.
Oh, we're going to get run down now.
Oh, that would be a fitting end to my vlog. And death.
Oh my days. Yeah, it's an awfully long way and it's a lovely show, but I think it was so manically busy.
Yeah.
And while that's brilliant if you're a stall holder, the aisles are very narrow and just one buggy or one scooter completely stops
Log
traffic.
But anyway, it was good. We're going to make a cup of tea, and maybe we'll find different service stations on the way home, just to, you know, mix it up a bit.
Well, who knows? We don't even know which way home we're going next.
The nice man from the bed and breakfast gave us some instructions, so we might get those out. But yeah, tea. First tea. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're in Tamworth services on the, what now? The M42, and it's 26. And since journeying up to Yarndale, I have decided, with the help of my friends, that I will be conducting a nationwide survey of motorway service station toilet facilities in order to provide my viewers with an accurate representation of their choices en route to various yarn shows.
Aren't you glad you subscribed to this channel?
Yeah, and you can skip this bit if you like, but I feel this is important. Now, for those of you following along for some time, you may or may not remember when I flushed my own backside at Gloucester services on the way to Yarningham a few short months ago, which was horrifying and unexpectedly cold. So we tried a different one this time. I'm getting back in the car now, you'll have to bear with me. Now, for a start, the walls of said facilities were a hideous shade of yellow.
Sunshine yellow.
Oh my god, yellow.
Burn your retinas yellow.
Yeah. And then, oh, there you are. I'm going to put you down there, that's better. And then when you got in to the actual toilet cubicle, all of the lids were down and they had these massive stickers on saying they were, and congratulations, it's energy efficient. And I was like,
There was a whole bathroom full of confused women.
so I went in and I put my bag down and I shut the door. And I can't swear on this podcast, but I kid you not, I could not work out how to use the toilet. And I've been weeing in toilets for many years now, all over the place. And this, I couldn't get the seat up. The lid was down, and I thought, well, I've obviously got a broken one. Out of the cubicle, back into the next cubicle, passing many other befuddled ladies doing the wee dance. Next cubicle, same thing. I'm like, how? Anyway, it turns out there was this latch underneath the toilet lid, and you
Which
had to.
isn't somewhere that you really want to put your fingers in public toilets anyway.
You really don't.
Under the toilet lid.
I mean, honest to God, if a toilet has to have instructions and it takes you 2 attempts and over a minute to get into the peeing position, you should rethink it. This was a toilet designed by a man, I'm sure. Anyway, so I finally got the toilet seat up, and then I couldn't decide if there was actually a seat to sit on, or if the whole bleeding lot had come up with the lid and I was going to be sitting on the actual porcelain throne itself. Anyway, so I decided the only safe option at this point was to hover pee, because I couldn't bear the humiliation of a third cubicle attempt and everyone else seeing that I still couldn't manage to have a wee. And I was bloody desperate. So I had a hover wee. And then after that entire humiliation, you go to wash your hands and there's flowers.
No, you missed a bit.
What?
You put the lid down.
Oh, God. So then you need to flush the loo.
In the eco-friendly water repellent
thing.
way.
I don't know how it happens. And these are small cubicles. So I've got my bag on the floor. So I turn around, I put the lid down, and you look at the instructions, because they need instructions. And then it says press to flush the toilet. So I pressed where it said press. But it didn't mean press where it says press. That was just a sticker.
But it's in a big circle.
Oh my God.
It's a circle.
So I'm
saying
pressing
press.
the bloody lid of the toilet. So anyway, it turns out there's a flush on the wall. Very similar to the one that I accidentally set off in Gloucester.
Yeah.
So you put the lid down, it seals, you press the wrong bit of the toilet, and then you press the right bit and it kind of goes... Vroom! And I
Like
thought,
an explosion or
and
something.
so I leapt backwards into the cubicle door. So I found it all very unnerving. So I came out thoroughly rattled to the banks of wash basins, and they had vases of flowers just as a final take that. And I thought, no, you can shove your roses. And they still had hand dryers, not a roller towel in sight. So I'm giving... Where the hell are we?
We're at Tamworth Services.
Tamworth Services, 3 out of 10. As Melissa would say, would pee and flee. I'm just no.
Well, we did.
Luckily for you, we're trying to make this a one-stop journey home. So hopefully this will be the last
Toilet
review of this current visit. But tune in again, because we're going to Nottingham in November.
And that's going to be a 2-stop trip.
And I'm bound to need a wee at some point. So yeah. I think that's probably all from us. There's no carrying on after a toilet review like that. So you're just going to have to trust that we make it safely home.
Cup of tea.
Yeah.
Ham sandwich. Whatever. Oh, emergency bananas.
Emergency
bananas.
Emergency bananas. Yeah.
And then hit the road. It's supposed to take us 2.5 hours now.
Yeah, another 2.5 hours. So anyway, it's good night from me.
And it's good night from her.
And I'll see you soon. Bye.